How to audition for Netflix without an agent? Netflix has become a desirable destination for actors all over the world, as it at least at the moment that we're making this video has more subscribers than any streaming platforms out there. So how does an actor get a piece of that pie? Well, let's explore that in this video. I'm Daniel Brea. I'm a director, a producer, and I own DreamReach Media, and we help actors get creative and financial independence through content and tools that help them understand and navigate and get the right support in this industry so that you can stop depending on gatekeepers for everything and start taking charge and control over your own career. Who doesn't like control, right? So let's dig right into this. Netflix is actually a distribution platform. It's important to remember that. It also funds and greenlights original and award-winning movies with some of the revenue that it makes from subscribers and TV shows, but they're actually quite notorious for giving unrepresented actors a fair shot too. So wanting to know how to audition for Netflix without an agent is actually not an unrealistic question, but the tricky part comes in the fact that Netflix is not a production company, meaning it does not actually make the content it streams in-house. It just pays for it and distributes it. The people who make the Netflix shows and movies are actually all independent producers and production companies, which can add a little bit of complication to the mix when you're trying to figure out how to audition for Netflix projects. But hey, that's what I'm here for, right? Here are a few tricks for you. And now if you have any other ones, post them in the comments. I'm curious to see if you've hacked some new system or some new way of doing things that I'm not covering here. Would love to get that knowledge from you. So the first thing I would recommend you do is to think narrower. Which specific current shows on Netflix do you want to audition for? Make a list of them, and make a list of the Netflix movies that recently came out that you think you could fit into, even though they've already been made. Then, go to IMDb Pro. I'll put a link in the description here. If you don't have an IMDb Pro account, you should get one. It's not that expensive, but it's worth the money. Go to IMDb Pro and open up a paid account. I'll put the link in, like I just said. When you think of how to audition for content on Netflix, you have to reverse engineer and find the people who frequently work on projects that end up on Netflix. IMDb Pro shows you all of that. You can see who works on projects to a degree on the regular IMDb, on the free IMDb, but the kicker that really is going to make a difference, you can only see in the Pro account. It's like IMDb, but on steroids. So let's say you love the show Ozark. That's on Netflix. And you just heard that they're renewing for another season. And you think you would be great on that show. You fit the type. You fit the kind of co-stars, the day players and guest stars that they have on. And you really think your brand fits, right? And that's important too. Like, you shouldn't try and get on massive shows without at least knowing what you're good at or kind of where you fit, so you don't misrepresent yourself too much. You don't have to have a ton of experience, like I said. Netflix is pretty lenient with that stuff, but they do look for people who are talented and that are good fits. So search Ozark on IMDb Pro, and then you'll see a tab once it comes up where they list all the filmmakers in that show, and you'll see that part on the regular IMDb as well. But in IMDb Pro, there will be a tab specifically for filmmakers, and then you scroll down there until you see casting directors. And you'll notice that, for instance, for Ozark, Tara Feldstein and Chase Paris are two of the three casting directors that cast that show, right? So if you now click on Tara Feldstein's name, it will take you to her IMDb Pro page. And that's where the magic happens. On that IMDb Pro page, you will have contact info. And it's not always a personal cell phone or an email. It's sometimes a Twitter account, an IMDb, an Instagram account, or sometimes they do put their office phone numbers up and their email addresses. It just depends, right? So usually it's the preferred method of contact because they know that professional actors have IMDb Pro accounts. They know that they're probably going to get looked at. And they know that they might get unsolicited inquiries, so they put the accounts there that allow them to filter, but still are monitored for the most part because they do want to find new talent. And that's the key. if you click on the profile and find their preferred method of contact and connect with them there, you might actually end up, being able to establish some contact. Like I said, some of them put office phone numbers there, email addresses. So kindly and respectfully ask for a general meeting if it makes sense, right? You got to kind of gauge the situation depending on what you're doing and who you're going after. Or for an opportunity to be considered for Ozark when they put out their next casting call. Do this for every casting director of every show or film you feel is relevant to you, and you may just find yourself on Netflix one day. I hope I helped you think of new ways in your search for how to audition for Netflix. And one thing I want to say to you before I go is do this tactfully. Don't send them some pictures of you that you just took by yourself real quick. Don't rush this. Don't make a fool of yourself. You have one chance at a first impression. Make it count. Think of something good. Think of value they'll be getting out of connecting with you. And also, you can start softer by liking some of their tweets if they put a Twitter account up, by liking their posts on Instagram, by following them, and starting to build a relationship as opposed to just coming in cold, hitting them hard, and saying, I want a job. Be tactful, okay? Learn a little bit about packaging yourself professionally first, and check out some of my other videos like what's a good actor versus a professional actor here on the YouTube channel, and the danger of social media for actors, another video that I have here on the channel. Explore a little bit, and of course, subscribe, like, and comment, and turn on that little bell notification. I want to know your thoughts on this. And if there's anything I left out or something's confusing, please leave a comment so I can make a new video to explain that. Good luck out there. I hope this helps you. All right, I'll see you around.